Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. I've done several videos on this, but I thought I'd use the name and the font the gentleman asked for. This font would weld together a lot better because it's all one piece where the B is not. So we're going to do this font first. And if you look and left click, right click, you can see all the problems, but none of the weld tools show up. Well, inside of object and shaping, there's a weld tool and it did it perfectly. And you can always tell by taking the Smart Fill tool and filling that in, and you got it. Now, if you want it to be all one piece, and that's why I decided to go ahead and do the video, you need to go to object and break the curve apart. And then you could take this dot of the eye and actually just slightly move it where it'll touch. And then instead of welding it, you can just use your virtual segment delete key to do that. And you could actually make it a little bit bigger so it would stand out a little bit more, but that's personal preference. But then I would always fill it in with the Smart Fill tool and move that out of the way, and then left click, right click, and now it's all one piece. Now this is the same name and a different font. I didn't have either one of these fonts. I went to DA font and got them. But if we do the same thing by left click, no fill, right click, outline, it's still a font. Now, you can still do it, and this is the way I used to do it till I learned how to do it. You could go to object and, well, you need to select it. You need to go to object and convert it to a curve. And then you could select it again and go object and break the curve apart. Now your weld tool shows up, but look what happens when you weld. It takes the inner part of the lines away. So what you could do, this thing is 11 inches tall. We'll set our nudge factor on 12. And I'm going to use the Smart Fill tool. I'm going to fill that in and nudge it down, 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 and down. And then I'm going to left click, right click, and then I'm going to go ahead and take this and weld it. And then I can move that down, and it worked. Now, in this case, if you wanted to have it all the same, you could do the exact same thing. Go to break the curve apart and bring this dot in and put it anywhere you want. And you could still weld it, but I find it a lot easier to just do this. And then if you wanted the B to be attached, you could move it over just slightly. You want enough so it's strong enough, but you don't want this other part touching. So we could take our shape tool and maybe grab, well, I'm trying to grab 4 nodes and just move them over ever so slightly. Doesn't really change. I'm going to take that node away, give us a little bit better curve. And then I'm going to use the virtual segment delete key. Now, because I've done that, you've got different parts. So you need to use the Smart Fill tool to fill that in. And now it's all one piece. Anyway, I hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.